Every organization needs to establish baseline cybersecurity and data protection controls. Depending on your industry, this may be complex or relatively lightweight. However, you still need to know the specific controls that apply to your organization based on the unique mix of statutory, regulatory, and contractual obligations that your organization has, as well as internal management expectations for secure practices. The Integrated Controls Management Model helps explain this concept. It focuses on the need to understand and clarify the difference between compliant versus secure, since that is necessary to have coherent risk management discussions. There are 8 principles associated with the ICM. Establish context, define applicable controls, assign maturity-based criteria, publish policies, standards, and procedures, assign stakeholder accountability, maintain situational awareness, manage risk, and evolve processes. To simplify this concept, you have minimum compliance requirements, or MCR, and discretionary security requirements, or DSR. These two concepts come together to establish an organization's minimum security requirements, or MSR. This defines the must-have and nice-to-have requirements in one control set. From a project management perspective, the MSR defines the minimum viable product in terms of technical and business requirements from a cybersecurity and data privacy perspective. MCR are the absolute minimum requirements that must be addressed to comply with applicable laws, regulations, and contracts. DSR are tied to the organization's risk appetite since those discretionary requirements are above and beyond minimum compliance criteria. Since it is well understood that compliance is not security, DSR exist where the organization self-identifies additional cybersecurity and data protection controls to address voluntary industry practices or internal requirements, such as findings from internal audits or risk assessments. Secure and compliant operations exist when both MCR and DSR are implemented and properly governed. MCR are primarily externally influenced, based on industry, government, state, and local regulations. MCR should never imply adequacy for secure practices and data protection, since they are merely compliance-related. DSR are primarily internally influenced, based on the organization's respective industry and risk tolerance. While MCR establish the foundational floor that must be adhered to, DSR are where organizations often achieve improved efficiency, automation, and enhanced security. The premise is that controls are central to cybersecurity and data privacy operations as well as the business rhythms of the organization. Without properly defining MCR and DSR thresholds, an organization's overall cybersecurity and data privacy program is placed in jeopardy as the baseline practices are not anchored to clear requirements. Furthermore, understanding and clarifying the difference between compliant versus secure enhances risk management discussions. A tailored control set cybersecurity and data protection controls must exist. This control set needs to be made of MCR and DSR. This blend of must-have and nice-to-have requirements establish an organization's tailored control set to ensure both secure practices and compliance. In short, the MSR can be considered to be an organization's IT general controls, also known as ITGC, which establishes the basic controls that must be applied to systems, applications, services, processes, and data throughout the enterprise. ITGC provides the foundation of assurance for an organization's decision-makers. ITGC enables an organization's governance function to define how technologies are designed, implemented, and operated.